You know me, Darryl Bumpass, best-selling author, self-investment speaker, life and motivation coach. I help people get out of their own way. I thank you and I appreciate you for taking time out of your life and your schedule to spend this moment with me. I want to talk to you about holding on to hurt. Too many of us are holding on to the hurt from yesterday, maybe even from today. There are people in our lives that has hurt us like no one other, like no one else has hurt us before. I mean, a friend, a family, and even a stranger. And we always seem to ask ourselves, why me? Why are you doing this to me? What have I ever done to you to deserve such devastation? What have I ever done to you for you to betray my trust in such a devastating way? All I've ever wanted from you is the best that life has to offer. And in return, you hurt me. It's funny how we can isolate ourselves from the hurt from the outside, but we forget to isolate ourselves, or rather insulate ourselves from the hurt that's within. You know, we build these firewalls, we build these passwords, we create these passwords to protect ourselves from the hurt. We protect our trust and our hearts, but we forget to protect ourselves from within. I know you hear me, but are you listening? We forget to protect ourselves from within. When the hurt comes from within, you know, a loved one, someone you trust, that seems the hurt is even heavier. In my book, Mr. and Mrs. Distraction, I discuss a dear friend of mine, and her name is Dakota. I'll talk to you about Dakota for a minute. Dakota had been dealing with health problems for many years. She had a brain tumor, her lungs collapsed, and she was a single mother raising a beautiful little girl. While she was battling all of this, while she was in a battle for her life, and after going through so many surgeries, she put her trust into a family member. She asked the family member to handle her finances. You know where I'm going with this, right? She asked the family member to handle her finances. And while fighting for her life, she discovered that none of her bills was being paid. Not one of her bills was being paid. She had handed all of her credit cards and financial statements and everything over into the care of this family member. And while fighting for her life, Dakota discovered she was about to be homeless because the family member failed to pay her bills. You want to talk about hurt? Let's talk about hurt. The family member took the money, spent it on various things, and then the family member just disappeared. I know you hear me, but are you listening? We talking about holding on to hurt. The family member disappeared, never to be heard from again. And while all of this was occurring, while all of this was going on, do you know what Dakota said to me? Dakota said, I'm fighting for my life, Darryl. I am fighting for my life. I don't have time to hold on to hurt. I am fighting for my life. I don't have time to hold on to hurt. She said, this will be a setup for me and not a setback. She said, I have to keep moving forward. I am fighting for my life. I don't have time to hold on to the hurt. Don't you bring that hurt over here this year. Leave that hurt in the past. Get out of your own way. What happened in the past is in the past. Let it go. Because if you don't, it will interrupt your future. It will interfere with the world. I'm happy to announce today Dakota is healthy, happily married, and her daughter is now a college graduate. Don't you hold on to that hurt. I need you to recategorize your hurt. I know you hear me, but are you listening? Are you listening? I need for you to recategorize your hurt, changing that hurt into disappointment. Hurt makes it personal. Hurt makes it intimate. Disappointment makes it easier to move forward. So I need you to start recategorizing your hurt. We have to be very careful when it comes to hurt. See, hurt has a crew of friends that they hang out with. And you all know them. Hurt hangs out with stress. Hurt hangs out with worry. Hurt hangs out with stroke. And I'm going to tell you something personal. Hurt even hangs out with Bell palsy. You see that? That Bell palsy comes from hurt and stress. Hurt has a big crew and it's always multiplying. See, I used to hang out with Hurt. Hurt and his friends, we had a falling out. Apparently we was dating the same girl. Talk that talk, D. Yeah, I'm gonna talk that talk. Actually, she was seeing most of us. She never likes to be alone. Her name was Misery. And we all know Misery. Misery loves company. She don't like to be alone. Now when I see Hurt and his crew, when I walk down the block and I see them, they cross the street. You better cross the street. You better cross the street. Because I got a crew now too. And the crew I hang out with is peace of mind, happiness, and prosperity. Yeah, I make life look easy. I help people get out of their own way. I hang out with a crew. And in my crew is focus. And we are also multiplying. One of the most important questions you can ask yourself is, how do I let go of hurt? Now we're making progress. Now we're making some progress. Ask yourself, how do I let go to hurt? It's so easier said than done, huh? When you look in the mirror, do you see the best of you? If you don't, we need to talk. If you don't, you need to talk. If you look in the mirror and you don't see progress, then we need to talk. When you look in the mirror and you don't see the best version of you, we need to talk. Everyone needs a coach. Michael Jordan did not come the best he can be by himself. He needed a coach, Phil Jackson. Kobe Bryant needed a coach, Phil Jackson. Serena Williams and Venus Williams needed a coach, their father. I'm not where I am today without having any coaches. My coaches is my God, my ancestors, my therapists, my friends, and my family. Everyone needs a coach. I know you hear me, but are you listening? It's time to let go of the hurt. It's time to let go of the hurt. I don't know what it is that you're going through, but whatever it is, you're bigger than that. And together we can get through it. I make life look easy. And I help people get out of their own way. I thank you and I appreciate you.